What's up guys, catch you guys up. So I've got a lot done. Mind you, a lot of this is just like test fitting, so it is what it is. But I got a dash bar mocked into place to hold my steering column. Strap is just there because it's just tacked to stop it from rolling, because it's actually in these holes of the body. When I actually weld it in, I'll put a plate around it and weld it to the body so it stays there forever. Pretty simple. Square tube mount to drop her down to where we need it to be. I chose to go as high as I did just because I didn't know how it would affect. Well, there's already holes in the body. That's mostly the reason why I did it. So this is just kind of fluid right here at the moment, but basically I got to fill this gap because the airbox comes out from the firewall, and you'll see this right here is my all my creature comfort radio stuff. Got the shifters set in here. This is actually not welded in 100% other than to the firewall, and I'll get around to the other side. The seat's just here, kind of giving me an idea how high I can put the steering wheel, or where I should put it. So it is still a tilt column, so it might look a little high, but it tilts down, and that's where it works for me because I'm fat. To be honest, I may make another option to unbolt it and slide it in because it is kind of in my face. But unless I don't really want to run the stock steering wheel unless I can figure out. I'd like to run this wheel I bought. It's a Nardi from my green truck. I bought it and never put it in. It's a pretty nice wheel. Be a nice touch for this thing. But so what I'd like to do is figure out how to get these like the sync 1 controls and the cruise control and stuff on that other steering wheel. I know they make mounts for other styles, so just got to figure it out. This is mostly welded in. There's a few spot welds I still got to get, and then I got to buff down the spot weld so it looks all clean, but plenty of room in there. Also, I did get my mounts, and I will say they are really great quality, and they will make making this all go together way easier for me. I'll still have to make a training cross member. And I might have previously said I was going to run the Mustang cross member or power steering rack, but I think I'm just going to sell it and put a Volvo pump in it, and we can just hide that underneath the truck somewhere or whatever, and then we can just keep it 100% Crown Vic, no modification needed. And because like the goal of this was to legit just get it going and on the road. Has kind of exploded a little bit. Getting that Mustang that we got this Coyote out of gave me some options for just making it a little nicer for the end goal in the end. So obviously we're gonna keep it patinaed and ratty for now, and then once the Mustang's done, then maybe we'll start doing some legit body work to it on the outside. But as of now, we're just gonna drive it around looking all cool and ratty. There's another angle on the interior. You'll see that it is not welded in down here. I'm probably gonna just cut that and break a piece of metal to weld that in. There's also like a cubby underneath the shifter there, so I'm gonna have to fill that in, otherwise it's gonna be a catch-all for like dirt and grime and such. But overall, got the floor pan sitting here, kind of seeing how much narrower this tunnel is than the stock tunnel, but it is a lot taller. So I'm gonna have to probably gonna cut this floor pan to fit, kind of, and then we'll have to piece in the extra little bit. So I'm probably gonna actually cheat it that way to achieve that, but we'll see. Like I said, it's all kind of fluid right now. I'm just working with what I got as fast as I can, and I still want it to look good, obviously. So, and just kind of trying to keep you guys involved as I'm going. my camera was in my bag in my truck for like a week or so, so kind of failed you on that, but nonetheless, we're making progress, so that's what matters the most. And I'm still trying to, I have to figure out if the fuel tank is going to fit between the frame yet. If it does, then that solves that problem. If it does not, I found a cool like boat fuel cell online. It's all patinaed up and stuff, so I thought about buying it and modifying it and just setting in the bed for now to get us by and get this thing on the road. So as much as I really want to put the motor in, it's not something that I'm gonna do yet, mostly because I just want to get this wrapped up, painted, seam sealed, and done, and not have the temptation of having this in there. So once that's in there, a cranny cross member, and it's done. I've been working on, I got the gauge cluster pretty much done. I don't have it in here right now, but, and then I also trimmed out all the extra stuff out of the Coyote car harness for the most part. So minus some depinning, and I left it all open out of loom so we can put things where we want them as we start laying everything together. So that's pretty exciting. Other than that, we're just gonna keep going, and I'll just keep updating you as we go. This will probably come out as like a step-by-step update within one video, just because it's easier for me to do it that way, or every 10-15 minute videos, but we'll see. Peace. All right, so getting prepped for these floor pans. I was having a hard time seeing them, like where the spot welds are, but the old servicer boy from Harbor Freight brought them out pretty good. So I just gotta, let me see, one, there is one, couple there, couple across here. So we're gonna do kind of a loose cut, and then we'll come back and we'll do more of a final cut as we fit the pan in there. All right, we got cut. There's a little corner there I haven't got cut yet. See if I can get it to pop up a little bit. Maybe I can get in like a body saw or something. Yeah, it's all cut. There are some spot welds in here, but it's so rusty that I can't see them. The same in here. I think I have an idea where they might be, but I'm just seeing if it'll come up on its own since it is rusty. All right, so now we just got to do some, get all that cleaned up. These surfacer things, maybe some wire wheel. Get all the extra bits cleaned up and ready to weld. And then we gotta fit the floor pan and make it blend in with that piece and back into where it was. All right, we're getting real close now. We got it so if I pinch it in, it lays good there. I am gonna spot weld all that, and then I'm gonna overlap that just a little until up to this corner, and then I'm gonna have to cut a little bit out of here to make that so I can put a lip over it and transition it back into this seat pan area. Not quite where it sits exactly, but we're getting there. So, get a little bit of trimming I do on this side. It's all said and done. Not too bad. Let's try and get that final trim done. And then I'm gonna have to cut a piece to fill all that, and then I'm just gonna attach it to this before I even, like, I might tack, like, hold this in place and then tack it in, but I'm not gonna full weld it unless I probably do it either in the truck or out of the truck. I'm not sure, but I don't want to. I won't be doing a an overlap or no spot welds. It'll be a butt weld. All right, making more progress here. Got the strip of fill metal in. It's not tacked up or anything, but fitted. This all screwed in so it'll stay where I want it. I haven't cut the back side because I'm gonna wait till I get this and I'll cut it all in one shot. So. Alright, so working on this. I kind of didn't think about the fact that when this roll pan is over here, that cab mount underneath there slopes like this. So this is all pushed off of the cab mount, but that side's touching. But I think if I just give her the old stompy stomp, it'll drop in. So I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna plan for that, because really all this needs to slide forward then. Alright, that's kind of a wrap for now. Coated everything with Pour 15. I didn't paint the outsides because that's somewhere in there is where we're going to be welding. I got this one all marked out to drill all the holes. I got this all tacked together. So I just got to go back and buff it, look for any holes, and then it's ready to rip. So once that gets dry, I'll spray that weld through primer on there, and I won't have to worry about, shouldn't have to worry about it rusting, hopefully. We'll see, I guess. But pretty excited. I'm probably gonna, like, there's some trimming that needs done on this, but I think I'm actually gonna wait, and I'm going to slip it into place, get it tacked on the front, and start working, try and get it to shove in, and then see where I need to trim. In the worst case, I'll just blade through it and then pick up, like I'll try and shove it down too far, cut it, and then pop it up to where it belongs. So we'll see if that works. But all right, I've been working a little off camera. Almost got this floor pan completely welded in. I got a little bit of filling over there to do, but I'm gonna have to chop some of that out of the way. A little bit of filling down here to do. Kind of tap it in, fill it. I gotta cut a patch for this. It ended up being a little short, and fill that little hole right there. Then we can start buffing all the stuff down. And I think I'm just gonna pour 15 the floor for now, and then worst case later on we'll coat it with something else. So let's keep moving. Update, I've been kind of getting after it. Got this floor pan obviously in and such. Got my center console set in. I got the infotainment sitting there, so got that clean look. And I got the dash pulled out 5 inches. I'm gonna fill that in. I had the gauge cluster in here to verify how much room I have over here. I'm gonna try and tip this in so it rocks in from the outside edge into that, and then this vent will sit up top. I'm gonna have to trim the edge of it, but I think we're on to something. I think it's gonna look great. Sorry, I got something in my eye. So my plan is here is I'm taking this old fender off my 65, and I'm going to use this as my transition from the infotainment back into the dash. And this will be like your side panel by your feet, kind of. I'm going to leave a little extra here, and then leave this lip to roll back into that foam that's there. And eventually, I'm going to try my hand at upholstery and cover all that with leather or suede or whatever. So it's kind of where we're at. I've been a little bit ahead of you guys. The windshield's out. I got a lot of this buffed down, ready to go. I still have this whole passenger side to grind, but we're moving along. So, one little spot to patch down here, and I still have to weld the other side on that side, but I figured what better time than now to get going on this dash. Once the dash is done, that can all come out. I can prep the floor, both sides, underside, and get it coated, and then we're onto the engine stuff. I'm gonna get a seat in here too in that process to verify that my steering column is where we're gonna want it. I'm a bigger guy, my wife is short, and small. So we got to make it work for both of us. I may just do, so I got obviously the energy adapter, aftermarket wheel for her. So maybe, yeah, so what I was saying is we'll get a less dish wheel for me and then a little deeper dish one for the wifey, so she can be comfortable driving it. Or maybe we shouldn't, because she'll have to move the seat forward. Okay, so kind of give you an idea. I got that piece cut out, and I just got to shape it a little bit because it's not gonna, I can't keep it quite the Mustang shape. I kind of flatten it out a little bit, and I need to roll this edge down a little more. And then I didn't cut any of this off because I got to make sure that it blends into those vents on top. So, because it's going to be plastic sitting underneath of the metal or next to the metal, so we'll have to see how that works. But this will go in just like that. I got a little trimming to do before I can get it in there all the way, but you get the idea. So I got this tacked in. It's obviously, it's kind of floating right now, but once this is all in place, you can see this nice little edge. Kind of just locks right into the foam all the way up. And then this cluster sits right up against that cut right over there. And then this will all be down here in its place when it's all it belongs to be. So, all right, here's a little bit of a mock-up for you guys. I got these side panels tacked in, both sides. It'll get clear, like snugged up. This is just sitting in there, and then I'll weld the piece that comes down to fill that gap. That's the gauge cluster I made. It's literally just the Mustang gauge cluster pressed into like some exhaust tips that are welded in the factory gauge thing, and they turned out pretty sick, to be honest. And then I'll get the little leather flap that goes in there in the end. Kind of an idea what I'm going to do with the white, or the headlight switch. Extend the dash down a little bit, and then I'll probably extend the dash down a little bit on that side too. But let's go around and I'll show you from the other side. I'm also going to incorporate the Mustang defroster in. I think might as well use as much as I can so I don't go to waste. Because I chopped that dash all the hell to make this happen. But here you go. See the nice, like when you look at it sideways, right? Man, that looks familiar. But a little dirty, all the cutting the plastic and crap. But so do this way. Pretty neat. All right, and let's keep going.